isn't going to, at that point, I think,
They were getting to him before, though.
Yes, but I'm telling you, that extra guy in coverage, whether it's a guy spying Lamar Jackson or it's, but there should be, you have to be a zone open that as wide open as Sammy Watkins.
You're technically incorrect, but you have to feel the moment, and the moment was they were unraveling, and the Lions had all this momentum. Why kill the momentum of your pass rush? It made no sense. Let's go to Bill calling us from Clarkson. Bill.
Right? He's talking about that clock running out on the play before. So the announcers are yelling, the play clock's running out, it's going down to zero. My wife and I are like, watching the play clock. It's at zero. It had to be closer to 2 seconds. And the fact that it ran out, but the announcers alerting us that it's going to run out. And after it ran out, they never said another thing about it.
Well, they went to the CBS postgame show, and that's where I saw it, and they broke it down almost frame by frame. The deal with that, and I'm sure like a lot of people, that's not the main issue. Yes, technically, that should have been a delay of the game penalty. However, the clock that you see, Bill, on the television screen, the play clock, and even the game clock a lot of times, it's not the same clock in the stadium. So that's number one. Number two, for the delay of the game, the way it is explained is that when it gets to zero, the back judge sees it at zero, then looks back at the field to make sure the ball has or has not been snapped. And that's what happened. However, even Gene's territory said it seemed to be longer than just a normal beat. It seemed, I believe they screwed it up. But to sit there and say that's the main reason they lost that football game is wrong. They lost that game because they couldn't stop 4th and 19. Our telephone number, 248-539-9797. That's the text message as well. Here's, on the delay of the game, here's Dan Campbell after the game on the possibility that it was a delay of the game.
Yeah, there's nothing I can say to that because it's the same thing. Tomorrow you get an apology and it doesn't mean anything. You know, that's life. And that's the hand we were dealt. And, we still had an opportunity to, that was fourth and a long way to go. And we gave it up,
Yeah. And by the way, the reason it wasn't intentional grounding is because it was not being pressured. So you can throw the ball away if there's no pressure. And there was a receiver by the sideline. Granted, he had to be like Rude Boldy to catch the ball. Randy in Oak Park, you're 97 on the ticket.
Hey, buddy, listen,
starting route to 103 Elm Street. In 5.8 miles, turn left onto Northwestern Highway.
Years, so I just seen Monty Clark pray for Miss Eddie Murphy's field goal. Seen the Cordell Stewart play. I saw Isaiah throw the ball away. I saw the umpire call the guy out, called it safe on the no-hitter yesterday. Man, them guys, man, they just fit me into a deep state of depression because before he even kicked the ball, I say because it's the Lions, because it's Michigan, because it's Detroit, some kind of way, I don't care if they played it perfectly or did everything correctly or did everything right, we were going to lose that game. And that's just the nature of who we are. Same old life.
Let me ask you this, Randy. I don't know if this helps or hurts your depression with this question.
Oh, yeah.
Would you rather of them, not scored to even take the lead?
Man, to be totally honest with you, just like I just said, it didn't matter what we would have done. If we would have sacked him some kind of way, he was going to pull Eli Manning out of his hat and get away from it and throw the damn ball 50 yards for a touchdown. Brett Favre, a couple of years ago in the Silverdome threw that ball to Sterling. I mean, listen, man, I've been looking at this a long time. And before he kicked that ball, I said he's going to make it just because we love the Lions.
That's right. TTL, they're the Lions. Do you believe they're cursed, Randy?
I think And this ain't got nothing to do with them. I ain't saying nothing bad or negative about them, but when you billionaires, when you rich like that, and you don't really have the passion and really the know-how to run an organization, you know, or put all the right pieces in place, you know, it don't matter because they get paid either way it goes.
I get you. I get you. The fans let you know. The fans made that apparently clear
either way
too.
it go, man. I mean, you know, like I say, man, it's just because it's the line. I knew we was gonna lose that game. I don't even get emotional no more. But yesterday, I'm like, damn. I woke up this morning at 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm like laying in the bed, like, damn, when we gonna ever catch a break? When? Come on now.
I don't know. We don't know.
Thanks, Randy.
Thank you, Randy. And get better. Heather has news coming up next.
I do. Good morning, guys. It is haunted house season. It is here, and if this
Ford
were to happen to me, if this were to happen to me at a haunted house, I would never go back.
All right, 97 on the ticket.
What's up, everybody? Nick Costos here with the Bet River Sports Betting Minute, brought to you by Bet River Sportsbook, Detroit's hometown sportsbook. Monday Night Football to wrap up Week 3. Dallas about a 4-point favorite at home against Philadelphia, total in the low 50s. And I'm looking at this total, and I like the over here. Philadelphia's strength of their defense is the run defense here. They have yet to be truly tested in the secondary. We know Dallas can do that with their MVP candidate at quarterback. So I see Dallas putting up a bunch of points, and this Dallas defense is not great. Could have allowed a lot more points last week to Los Angeles. And I think Philadelphia, with their offensive line being excellent, going to be able to score early and often against Dallas. So the look for Monday Night Football, over 52, or over a number in the low 50s here with Dallas and Philly. That's it for this Bet River Sports Betting Minute, brought to you by Bet River Sportsbook, Detroit's hometown sportsbook. Check out the latest lines today at BetRivers.com. I'm Nick Costos, keeping locked here for more throughout the day. Must be 21, playable in Michigan. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-270-7117.
Hi friends, Bill Golling here for Golling Toyota of Warren. If you currently own a Toyota, I invite you to visit our remodeled facility on Van Dyke and 696. It's easier to get to, being right off the freeway. We offer great friendly service, have a well-stocked parts department, factory-trained technicians, and a full body shop that can repair all makes and models. Need a different set of wheels? We offer everything from new tires to an outstanding selection of new and pre-owned vehicles to choose from. So come discover the Golling Toyota difference. Check us out online at gollingtoyota.com.
Hi, I'm David Hall from Hall Financial. If you haven't refinanced your mortgage in 2021, you need to call Hall Financial right now to see if you qualify for our no appraisal 8-day close. Call today, 248-308-5000, or go to callhallfirst.com.
Can I get a weight reading of the cat in exam 3?
Zuri needs a new vet tech after their current one literally moved to a farm.
Detailed checkup is waiting.
But finding an ideal replacement takes some training.
This is like herding cats.
Indeed can help them hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Schedule virtual interviews and talk to candidates right from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
So a friend told me about Mr. Clean Magic Eraser, and his exact words were, "It changed my life. I used to spend a ridiculous amount of time trying to remove tomato sauce from inside our microwave and soap scum off the bathtub. It's like seriously magic, and my secret weapon for cleaning the kitchen, bathroom, doors and walls, and even keeping my sneakers clean. Mr. Clean Magic Eraser. Greatest invention ever." Mr. Clean, Mr. Clean, Mr. Clean.
Mr. Clean Magic Eraser, the unicorn of cleaning.
Remember field trips? Permission slips, bag lunches, field trip buddies. The thrill of the bus ride as it rambled along unfamiliar roads. Every bump and song taking us further from our routines and closer to new discoveries. Wouldn't it be great to go on a field trip again? To take time off, put our hiking boots on, throw our bikes on the car and our cares out the window. We can, in a place called Michigan, home to the longest designated state trail in the country, and over 5,000 miles of hiking and biking trails. Trails that lead us through mossy forests that time forgot, and majestic cliffs we'll always remember. Where every hill we climb, stream we cross, and field we traverse rekindles our sense of wonder. So let's grab our best friend and give ourselves permission to take a field trip that's pure Michigan. Your trip begins questions at Michigan.org.
This hour of Instant Feedback brought to you by Mike Papero of National Benefit Plans. For affordable health insurance, call 877-734-2200.
Get the latest sports news and inside information about Michigan and Michigan State on the 5-Star Zone with Rico Beard. Download it today on the Odyssey app.
All right, before we get to heaven, we will take a few phone calls. Lions lose, as we're talking about, 19-17 on a 66-yard Justin Tucker field goal, the longest in NFL history. Last night, in a thriller, Packers came back, leave Aaron Rodgers 37 seconds. 2 plays, boom, field goal. They win 30-28. And in the battle of the super quarterbacks, Matthew Stafford over Tom Brady, 4 touchdowns to 1. The Bucs lose to the Rams 34-24. Neither team, but especially Tampa, could not or would not run the ball. Royals over the Tigers 2-1. Tigers will play the White Sox in that makeup game that is this afternoon, I believe, coming up around 1 o'clock here on 97.1.
Turn left onto Northwestern Highway.
Let's go to Dan and Taylor. What's up, Dan? Dan?
Yeah, hi.
Hi.
I haven't felt this good about Detroit sports in a long time.
Okay.
Why is
I
that?
think I think SOL is about to go away.
Really? Why?
Yeah, I thought that was a great game. They played great. Hell, they were gonna lose to them anyway, and you knew this guy was gonna kick that field goal. I don't think that's really SOL. I think they played a great game. I think it's going good, man. I think this guy.
What encouraged
SOL
you?
might be gone.
Well, Dan, what encouraged you? Was it watching Derek Barnes play and some of the young guys play, or the way that Goff played in the second half?
Go past this
Well, I don't
light.
know about
Then
Goff,
use the
but
left
the rest
3
of it,
lanes to turn onto
yeah.
Northwestern
Goff
Highway.
played pretty well in the second half, actually. That's part of the problem why I don't think you can say it was a great game, Dan. They don't score in the first half. That's not a great game. They had a nice comeback in the
Turn
second half.
left.
All right, let's take Jim in New Hudson. You're 97 on the ticket.
Hello, guys. How are you doing?
Good.
Good. Heading up north, nice and relaxed this morning. I feel bad for not the previous caller, but the previous one before that, good old Randy there.
Yeah, a little depression.
Yeah, he's going to be added to my prayer list with my wife, my kids, and my grandkids. I remember the 69 or 70 there. I was a junior in high school when Dempsey hit that field goal, and that was part of my misery. I was even at the game for Chuck Hughes dying. My best friend was a ball boy, so I'm just relaxed and happy right now, and I feel bad for everybody, but did have a question pertaining to the kick. And I'm not trying to be critical of any of the coaches, but I've seen this before. Why wasn't one of our athletic 6'5" leapers underneath the goalpost? That would have eliminated everything.
We're not allowed to do that anymore. There used to be a guy for the Kansas City Chiefs years ago. You might remember, Jim, because you sound like an older gentleman, named Morris Stroud. He was like 6'7", 6'8". He wasn't very good, but he used to stand behind. He used to stand in front of
Stay in the left 2
goalposts
lanes.
every once in a while, and they call that basically the unofficial Morris Stroud rule.
Now, wait a minute here, okay?
Yeah.
Seriously, you can still return it. We saw it yesterday.
You can return it, but you
Can
can't
stand
You
there.
can't go and bat it away.
Goaltending.
Well, still, I think a case can be made that somebody should have been back there. And what if it was somebody okay, so you can't jump, but you can't reach and catch it?
No, I don't think anybody. I don't know.
I don't know if you could reach. I mean, if you.
Yeah, I know.
You're not allowed.
George Garrison's not back there.
Yeah. Exactly.
Save a roster spot for that.
Calvin was in the building.
Yes, Manute Ball thoughts and
Stay in
prayers.
the left 2 lanes.
He wasn't coming through that door. Absolutely. All right, it's time for news. Here's that.
All right, you guys. An Amtrak train derailed on Saturday, killing at least 3 people in Montana and leaving more than 50 others injured. This train, which does run between Chicago and Seattle, had 146 passengers and 16 crew members on board when 7 of its 10 cars derailed. Most of those injured were treated and released from the hospital, but 7 remained hospitalized on Sunday, including 2 that are in the ICU. And at this point, they still don't know why this derailment happened. There has been a team sent out to investigate, and hopefully they'll find out soon. I've never traveled by train in my life. I've never even been on a train. I mean, I've been in Europe. Yeah, I mean, different types of trains in Europe I've been on, but I've never traveled by train here in the United States.
Oh, it is terrific.
Good sleep. I mean, Doug has taken those long train rides, like to Denver and to the mountains. But growing up in the Northeast corridor, I used to take Philly to New York, Philly to Washington, and New York all the time.
As a team, we used to travel. That's how we went, basically division opponents other than Dallas. It was up to, New York, up to Philly.
The train, really?
The train, yeah. Oh, it was great.
Yeah.
Get up, walk around.
Yeah, I've heard. My husband and I were talking about this yesterday after this happened over the weekend, and he, same as you guys, was like, really? I mean, I've taken it to Chicago, I've taken it here, taken it there, and how great and easy it is, but I've never done it.
You should actually do the one from here to Chicago. You can get on in Ann Arbor. You can end up in Chicago. It's an easy trip. You can even do a trip to Chicago, go shopping for a little bit, have a nice dinner, and then bring it back the same day. It's a great day.
Well, I might have to do it, just to at least say I've done it before, for sure. This story is so tragic. A mom and her 2-year-old son fell to their death from the 3rd level of Petco Park before the Padres game on Saturday. Police say that the 2 fell 6 stories from the concourse level and were pronounced dead at the scene. Police are also saying that the incident appeared to be suspicious, and a homicide team were sent out to investigate. The child's father was also there at the ballpark at the same time. There is a witness that says she saw what happened, and it looked to her like the boy kind of plummeted first, and then the mom fell after trying to grab onto him. But like I said, police are still investigating, and they're really hoping that there's other people who were witness to this that could kind of put together some of these pieces to see what really happened. Just so sad, though. I cannot imagine that happening. Jeopardy contestant Matt Amodio, he is amazing, and he is making history right now. If you haven't seen him, he is one to watch. He has now won more than $1 million, making him the 3rd person in the show's history to pass that mark. So the only other contestants to win more than $1 million in regular season gameplay are Ken Jennings, and he played for 74 games. He won over $2.5 million. And then James Holzhauer, who won over $2.4 million over 32 games. So on Friday, Amodio won his 28th victory, which brought him just over that $1 million mark.
Now, is he using the Holzhauer method of, doubling, where he goes really high ones first, things like that?
I haven't seen that. I've seen some of his wagers. I mean, because Holzhauer did crazy wagers as well. He's not playing quite like that. He might be jumping around the board like Holzhauer did a little bit, but he is just brilliant. I mean, he just knows everything. It's very rare to see him answer incorrectly. He's quick at buzzing in. So every time he buzzes in, he gets them right, and he's taking all the answers from all the other contestants. It's really cool to watch. So if you haven't seen it, you might want to watch history in the making. Okay, so like I said, haunted house season is here. There's so many haunted houses up and running. You can go for Halloween. And if this were to happen to me, I don't think I would ever go back. But an 11-year-old and I think his mom were there in Ohio. They decided to go to a haunted house. And unfortunately, one of the actors, if you could call them actors, I guess you call them actors, one of the actors inside the house decided to scare people with a real knife. Like, they're not allowed to touch you, I didn't think, and then have a real weapon is terrifying, but this 11-year-old was accidentally stabbed in the foot. So this kid and his mom were going through the haunted house, and this actor tried to scare them by scraping this real knife across the ground, making that creepy sound. And then after that, he decided to take the knife and start stabbing near the ground by the kid's feet, and unfortunately he got too close and literally stabbed the kid right in the foot. Thankfully, it really wasn't that serious, and the kid was bandaged up, and he loves Halloween so much that he insisted that he finish the haunted house. I'd be like, peace out, I am done. charges. So it sounds like the show's going to go on as normal.
Hey, the kid's playing hurt. All right, thank you very much, Heather.
Yes.
This was not inflicted by a knife, but there was a gut-wrenching deal at a haunted house in Detroit yesterday. You know what that is. More of your reaction to that coming up next. 97.1 The Ticket.
Hey guys, it's John Jansen here, and you've heard me talking about Level 1 Bank all year long. Level 1 Bank is my personal bank, and I have my checking account there, I've got my savings account, and I even have my mortgage with them. Let me tell you guys, my mortgage experience with Level 1 Bank has been excellent. I got my original mortgage there, I refied there, it's been outstanding. They have earned my trust with great loan products, competitive rates, and amazing customer service. Plus, the other thing that I love about them, they're a local bank. They're headquartered right here in Michigan. And they have a new mortgage special just for you. All you got to do is mention my name. And from now through October 31st, Level 1 Bank will take $500 off your mortgage closing costs on the purchase of a primary or secondary home. That's $500 off your closing costs if you apply by October 31st and you mention my name, John Jansen. Download this special offer at level1bank.com. Or if you want to talk to someone, call Dan Irvin at 866-707-LOAN. That's 866-707-LOAN. When you call, ask for the John Jansen Mortgage Special. Level 1 Bank is a member of the FDIC and an equal housing lender.
97.1 The Ticket. Traffic.
From the WWJ AM 950 Traffic Center, this report brought to you by Super Car Wash. Still accident-free this morning, but traffic volumes are beginning to build. I-94 westbound approaching 23 Mile Road, as well as 75 southbound near 12 Mile. Super Car Wash gives you unlimited chances to keep your car clean. Wash every day at any 11 locations for just $14 a month. It's quick, easy, and contactless with free vacuums and hand towel drying. That's $14 a month for unlimited. Drive up and sign up at Super Car Wash. I'm Michelle Pena with traffic.
TJ Lang joins Stoney and Jansen Mondays at 9 on 97.1 The Ticket.
This is Former Science with an Odyssey Sports Minute, sponsored by AutoZone. Get the zone, AutoZone. Among yesterday's biggest losers were four of last year's playoff teams. The Steelers, Colts, Chiefs, and Seahawks are each now in last place, believe it or not, folks. Two other cellar dwellers hail from New York. Giants ruined Eli Manning Day by losing to the low-flying Falcons, while Gang Green crashed in Denver. It's new coach, new quarterback, same old Jets. Meantime, injuries are mounting in Pittsburgh, where it's clear Big Ben can no longer carry the Steelers by himself. And up in Foxborough, the Patriots took another beating, this time at the hands of the Saints. And while rookie starting quarterbacks Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson, and Davis Mills have already proven just how hard it is to make the jump from the college game, Chicago's Justin Fields suffered through a brutal baptism in Cleveland. Welcome to the NFL, Justin and fellow rookie quarterbacks. Boomer Esiason.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? So your headlights are getting dim? With the seasons changing, now's a great time to change it. Upgrading your headlights can ensure you'll be safe and ready to handle darkness and fog. Oh, and we recommend replacing in pairs. That way you won't have uneven lighting over time. You can get all of your lighting needs fast with our next day delivery and free same-day store pickup. Getting the job done just got easier. Restrictions and details at AutoZone.com.
Attorney Joe Cordell. New school, new job, new home. Change is hard and can leave you feeling isolated. And divorce delivers one of life's hardest blows. The relationships you counted on are suddenly gone. But you don't have to walk through this alone. For more than 30 years, Cordell & Cordell has guided men through the challenges of divorce. You're not alone. Call Cordell & Cordell. Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Detroit area attorneys. Offices in Troy and Ann Arbor. CordellCordell.com.
I'm ready to give it so real. I'm ready to give it so real. So real that Caesars will give you some authentic NFL gear when you bet $100 in September. So download the app and get live in-game betting, parlays, Caesars rewards, and some authentic NFL gear. I'm an official sponsor of the NFL, people.
Must be 21. Offer valid in Michigan only and for new and existing users who opt into this offer. Jersey awarded as a gift card. Options may vary. Terms and conditions apply. See Caesars.com/promos. Gambling problem? Call the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services Gambling Disorder Helpline at 1-800-270-7117.
Your Metro Detroit Chrysler Dodge Jeep
24 months with $3,387 due at signing. Tax, title, and license extra. Or step up to the all-new Jeep Grand Cherokee L, the most awarded SUV ever. Now comes with 3 rows that seat up to 7 passengers. Plenty of inventory to choose from. Or build the vehicle the way you want it and place your order today. Hurry in to a Metro Detroit Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram dealer. See dealer for details. Call 1-877-RAM-5722 for Ram lease details. Requires dealer contribution. Must qualify for lease through Chrysler Capital. Extra charge for miles over 10,000 per year. Residency restrictions apply. Take delivery by 9/30/2021.
Your life, your hopes, and whatever you were searching for at 1:15 a.m. It's really none of our business, and it shouldn't be anyone else's. Protect your privacy online for free with DuckDuckGo. DuckDuckGo. Privacy simplified.
So many podcasts, frustratingly little time. You need a fast way to explore podcasts. That's where Podsauce comes in. Every week, Podsauce comes more than 3 million active podcasts to point you toward what's new and trending. Podsauce. Get a taste at podsauce.com or download this week's on the Odyssey app. Text the ticket using the same number you used to call the ticket. Ticket text 248-539-9797.
It's like deja vu all over again. Man, I love Detroit. I'm thinking about getting a place here.
It's Justin Tucker. 2 games in Ford Field in his life. A 61-yard field goal to win it back in 2013. And then yesterday, the NFL all-time longest field goal, 66 yards. It's just like, it's so long. All right, 248-539-9797. That's the telephone number and the ticket text. Here we go. We'll read some texts for you. SOL was out of ideas, so it had to pull an oldie out of the bag. The Lions lose by an NFL record field goal. Yeah, they did. Tom Dempsey, 1970. And it was kind of, the symmetry was amazing because Alex Karras was on that 1970 team. And of course, Alex Karras was honored yesterday at the game as well, in the Ring of Honor. And the score was the same. That to me is unbelievable. 19-17. Same freaking score. And 19-17 is not exactly a score that happens all the time.
And then also with Tucker, the previous time it was 18-16. Yes. Another weird score, 2 points. It's just unbelievable.
It's crazy. I'm so numb to it, I should be angry, but it's kind of funny. During the replay, you see fans celebrating when the ball first hits the crossbar. Then they realize it somehow went through. It's great to be a Lions fan. It's pretty sad knowing Gov's son is 12 and going to be around for 80 more years and never see the Lions go to the Super Bowl. 3 words, Bobby Lane's ghost. What week of the season do we admit the fall is squarely on the Lions when we watch Stafford play in LA? That's Jason. It's been 3 games.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been really, really good.
They beat Tampa yesterday,
yes,
so
he's been real.
As much as I didn't think it was going to work out, and I still think this story needs to play out and be written. It's all it's easy to hit this running for the Rams.
Oh yeah.
Let's see when adversity finds you in this league. Let's see what happens when it does.
Yeah,
he threw a pass yesterday that should have been a pick 6 that he got away with.
Yeah.
And those things balance out.
Yes, they do. But, I mean, part of the reason is not, look, I'm going to spend a lot of time talking about Matthew Stafford here, that he's looked so good. Just part of it, because he's played terrific. These guys are wide freaking open. And that's what people are saying. See, if he had those type of concepts and that stuff here, he would have the same success. But it's been 3 games. He'll get his due if he keeps it up.
Yeah, remember, the league has very little film on him right now in this situation. Wait until that water will find its level. Give the people that didn't want to see the trade out there. Right now, it looks like a bad trade. I mean,
it's going to be years before we can play that one out because of the draft.
Yeah, but I mean, if he was here with these receivers, I mean, seriously, how good would he be here? Midway through the second quarter, Ford Field was a morgue. After that, I've never heard it louder. After the field goal, we just stand looking at each other like, WTF. It happened again.
Walking out of there, it was, It was weird. It was just weird.
Oh, and then when you're there for games like that, like I was there for the Tucker game, that Monday night game, and there was another game that I remember where, the cattle call, walking out for people to stay in the hall. And it's like, you're like The Walking Dead, like zombies. It's like, oh my God.
I will come back and let them do this to me again.
Mike in Oxford, good morning.
Good morning, guys. Man, I was at that game last night, yesterday, and it was a great game, but I felt like the Lions, it's hard to be a fan of this team just because I think the refs should be held accountable. It doesn't look like we're blame the refs, but when it continues to happen, it really hurts. And this team isn't that great to begin with. If this team had any chance to make the playoffs, the loss would hurt a lot more. And I thought they could have done a few things differently. When they had the ball on third down there on offense, before Baltimore got the ball, the Lions just went, they played conservative. I thought they should have tried to pass to get that first down. Because Baltimore didn't have any timeouts. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
I thought the offense was well, that's not very conventional or whatever, but I think this team kind of has to take up time the box and do something different, make a winning play. Then they couldn't get off the field at 4th and 19. They just don't make winning plays, you know what I mean? And then I want to make a few comments on the halftime ceremony. Did you guys get a chance to see that halftime ceremony?
Gov was there. We're going to get to that later in the program. But go ahead. Go ahead. It's all right.
But the only thing I didn't like, I did not think it was really productive to boo the owner on that one. She wasn't even like the active owner at the time when all that happened. And I think it would have just been beneficial to give her the benefit of the doubt and let her try to run the team. I didn't think I wasn't a fan of the boos. Does that make sense?
No, it definitely makes sense. There's two schools of that, and we'll, like I said, we'll get to that coming up.
Of really, she deserves criticism for keeping Quinn and Patricia in the game.
Yes.
So she's made some decisions that should be criticized.
Yes, indeed. 248-539-9797. Kevin and Monroe, you're 97.
Use the left 2 lanes to turn left.
The last guy kind of stole my fun a little bit, but wouldn't you rather go for the touchdown with 2 minutes to go, even though they had 3 timeouts? What would you rather do? Lamar Jackson a minute to get a field goal with 40 yards? Or score the touchdown gives the Ravens a minute and a half, a minute and 20 seconds to score a touchdown with 3 timeouts. I mean, we're 8 for 8 in the red zone this year. I mean,
you know what? I tend to agree with you, especially because deep down you're not a playoff team, and the mantra basically, without it being said, is they've been very aggressive, going for it on 4th down a lot, doing those type of things. I thought, yes, they should have at least tried one pass play, and you have a veteran quarterback, and if there's nothing there, rather than throw the ball away and stop the clock, just take a knee.
At the stop sign.
So you keep the clock moving.
Well, you know what? And they kind of got screwed a little bit by John Harbaugh making a horrific decision to challenge that catch. And the Ravens had to burn a timeout when it was clearly that was a catch.
Right.
I think he was playing the odds, but he didn't think that out because he wasted a timeout. So at that point, I think if the Ravens would have had all 3 timeouts, that Campbell probably would have been more aggressive and gone for the first down. But when they opened the door that they only had 2 after the 2-minute warning, it kind of made you think, hey, let's play the percentages here. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, the percentages.
It's like John Harbaugh was going to be crucified in Baltimore for that decision to challenge that play.
True.
Well, he was playing the percentages that the referees were going to actually overturn it.
Oh, yeah. Well, that would have been overturned. That place would have burned down yesterday. Because that was a horrific challenge. It really, really was. And the Lions let him off the hook.
There was some bad officiating in the San Francisco Green Bay game. Yeah. Watch a highlight package, how they missed trying to keep the game. And Devontae Adams got crushed in the head. There was no call there. There was an intentional grounding call that they didn't call. Tony and Howell, what's up?
Hey, I wanted to say a couple things. First of all, God, I absolutely love, even if I didn't know you, I love the fact that you're on the radio. You bring a level of expertise to your experience that is just great.
Thank you, Tony.
If Delaney was on there, I'd be turning the radio on.
All right, okay.
Anyway, John was sitting together in Nakina in 2017. You took my son over to the Rock.
Yeah, Tony.
He was amazed that you carried all the tags over there. Anyway, I don't understand how, with 7 seconds to go in the game, the play clock goes down to 4 seconds. The announcer even says 4 seconds left. It goes down to 0, and the play still gets off. Did you guys see that?
Yeah, yes, that's a big bone of contention.
Yeah.
There's a difference between the play clock on your TV and the one in the actual stadium. However,
I don't think the discrepancy is that
no, it's not.
And it should have been called.
It should have been called. The referees messed that up. But
I just couldn't believe it.
Yeah, but look. you're going to sit there and bellyache about that's why they lost. That's faulty. That's not why
I think
they
today
lost.
it's Dan Campbell said, yeah, we're going to get we're sorry. Sometimes the NFL does more than a we're sorry. It'll be interesting to see what the league statement is on this. If it's just your bland thing, then he's right. But I actually think we might hear a little bit more.
But what can they say? They'll never say, "Oh, this back judge has been suspended." They won't.
I don't think they'll say that. I mean, I don't know what else they could.
Sometimes they just kind of, I guess I'd say it this way, half-ass own something, and then sometimes they really own something. So I think, in the end, it's not going to change anything. But I didn't realize that happened until well after the game. That was one of the things being there.
All right, 248-539-9797 coming up after the update. Was that the most SOL moment ever? 97.
Take a slight right turn.
WXYT FM and WXYT HD1 Detroit. An Odyssey station. Sports headlines. All day, every day. From the Sold by Mike Z Sports Desk. This is 97.1. The Ticket.
This will in fact be a 66-yard attempt for Justin Tucker. This game hangs in the balance with the longest kick in the history of the National Football League on the line. Tucker's ready. There's the snap. Spot down. Kick on the way. It is up and it is off the crossbar and through. Oh my goodness, are you kidding me?
We're brought to you by Super Car Wash. Ravens 19, Lions 17 on a record-breaking 66-yard field goal by Justin Tucker as time expired. The officials missed a delayed game penalty against the Ravens on the previous play. Matt Stafford throwing for 343 yards and 4 scores. Rams go to 3-0, 34-24 over Tom Brady and Tampa Bay. Other NFL winners, the Raiders, Bills, Browns, Titans, Chargers, Packers, Saints, Falcons, Bungles, Cardinals, Broncos, and Vikings. Philly at Dallas tonight. The Americans take the Ryder Cup over Europe 19-9, the largest rout ever since Europe joined the competition in 1979. Michigan moves up to 14, MSU to 17, the latest AP college football rankings. Meanwhile, Tigers lose to Kansas City 2-1. Final home game of the season today against the White Sox at 1:10 right here on 97.1 The Ticket. I have the ticket update desk. I'm Jeff Lesson. For more, 97.1 The Ticket or Odyssey.com.
Live from the Jamie Samuelson Studio, Stoney and Jansen on 97.1 The Ticket.
Jeffrey, our telephone number 248-539-9797. Don't forget, coming up at 9 o'clock in studio, TJ Lang. He was on the sidelines when that happened. He was actually part of some SOL moments. Yeah. He was a member of the Green Bay Packers. I think he was on that. He was on the team of the Aaron Rodgers game, right? He wasn't a Lion yet. Yeah, he was on the Packers then. Mm-hmm. So he knows all about it. Growing up here and playing against it, it's unbelievable. But we've seen this type of thing before. We've never seen a 66-yard field goal, but we have seen, or you've heard about it if you weren't alive then, an NFL record field goal, of 63 yards by Tom Dempsey. Now, the difference here was this Lions team had no visions of making the playoffs. The 70 team was a competitive team that was pretty good.
Later in that season, they had a SOL moment.
Was that which one?
That was the 5-0 play.
5-0 play, yeah.
Who loses 5-0?
Yeah, exactly. Now, Justin Tucker had, he didn't have half a foot like Tom Dempsey had.
Well, we're going to find out he's got like some sort of metal in his knee or something like that down the road.
Yes. So I'm going to ask, was this the most SOL of all time? In a record-setting field goal. Not only that, but it hit the crossbar, went up in the air, and, for a split second, you thought it might not be good, and then it goes over. Or were there others? Like, there's so many of them, but was this the most, and if not, what was? For me, when you look back at history, I know you can say, well, it's just a missed field goal. But to me, the most SOL moment for me is the Eddie Murray missed field goal.
24-23.
Yeah, I mean, it's a playoff game.
Yeah.
They have a chance to really, do some good things there. I think they would have played San Francisco next.
Yeah.
No, they would play
They would play in
Dallas.
San Francisco.
Yeah, they would play Dallas next time, or the Redskins. I forget which.
Yeah.
But it was just, I mean, this is a playoff game. You know, you battle back from, like, I think Gary Danielson had like 4 interceptions in that game. And you have a chance to win a playoff game, and your really good kicker just completely misses that field goal. That, to me, is the gut-wrenching SOL moment of all.
One that's not, to me, this is the most SOL moment.
Yes,
I still can't
because other teams
believe,
have missed field goals in the playoffs.
If it just goes through the uprights and it's an NFL record and the Ravens win, all right, fine. But it hits the damn crossbar and bounces over. That, to me, is it puts it right at the top of the list. Because you could talk about, you know, Orlovsky running out of the back of the end zone as obviously an SOL moment. And there's so many more. I don't want to steal them because I know our callers want to call in and talk about them. But the fact that, especially in this year, where they didn't play well last week defensively, and then defensively against the Ravens, I thought that they played much better. We saw Derek Barnes. We saw some of the young players.
Austin Ryan
we
made
saw
a big
our
sack.
first interception. We had 4 sacks in that game.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, there are so many things that you look at and you're like, okay, this is, you know, they're taking the coaching, they're stepping up, they're responding, and then all of a sudden, 4th and 19, they convert. And I'm still thinking, there's no way that they're going to kick the field goal. And it hits the crossbar. If it didn't hit the crossbar, it's not, to me, it's not an SOL moment.
Right. I thought what was going to happen was that they were going to try one more play, even though there was only 7, you know?
Yeah.
I thought they were going to try to get like a 5-yard gain out of bounds.
No.
And then make it more manageable.
Yeah, I thought they'd gain a couple of yards.
Yeah.
I still think it's SOL, John, without hitting the crossbar, but I think hitting the crossbar just compounded it. I mean, seriously, being there in person and just watching that thing in slow, like it was like the slowest amount of time. Like it just felt like it took forever, and it was the biggest, like, for me, I don't know if it's the most SOL moment. I mean, it just happened, so it feels like it. I mean, the ramifications aren't that big, really, in the grand scheme of things compared to some of their playoff things that have happened or end of season. But I've never felt the air come out of a balloon more than that at a game in my life. Now, I didn't have trouble with the snap, and I think that's way worse.
Right.
But just I mean, it was like...
Yeah. Well, the Tucker one in 2013 was worse because there were the playoff ramifications to a certain extent, as far as the air going out of the building.
Yeah.
I mean, I just, you know, plus it was a night game and people were really lubed up, and you're walking out of there saying, oh my God.
Yeah.
Here we go. We thought we were going to make the playoffs. Let's go to Deshaun in Detroit. You're 97 on the ticket.
What's going on?
How you doing, bud?
How's it going?
I'm all right, man. I cannot believe the game. Our defense did play a little better. The young boys and linebackers. I'm glad Jamie Collins can't go ahead and get gone.
Yes.
But at the end of the game, we run 3 plays in a row. You bring pressure. You get sacked. You hit the quarterback. Why on 4th down? First off, you call a timeout. You come out, see their formation. Then you call a timeout, still all the momentum, see the formation, then come back to the same prevent defense with 3 down linemen. You got to bring pressure. If somebody to understand, explain that, that's the same garbage we was doing under Patricia, bringing 3 down linemen, and we set an NFL record for most passing yards given up in the season. That's the type of crazy stuff I don't understand.
I tend to agree with you. We played the Dan Campbell bite earlier in the program. He said it was the right call. They played it poorly, which they did play it. They did play it poorly. But I agree with you that I don't understand when you have that type of momentum, especially from the defensive side of the ball, and you have a quarterback as good as he is who was rattled. He was rattled because he thought he was going to get the crap kicked out of him for a 3rd straight play.
Have you guys seen anything yet? I haven't. I know I know before the 4th and 19, the win probability was probably 99% for the Lions. I want to know what just statistically, have you heard the odds of that kick going through?
No.
Like, what were because again, I believe he played the percentages. The counter to that is what I told you guys earlier. He said they're going to bite off kneecaps. They're going to be an aggressive team. Well, the way they coached that the last 3 minutes, offensively and defensively, was a counter of that kind of attitude.
Well, I can tell you exactly what the percentage was of it going in because it never happened before. It was 0. I mean, there have been a number of times where they have, people have tried kicks and they've never gone.
And that's why I will defend them, because if something that never happened in this league happened. And so he played the odds to that not happening. And
he didn't play the odds of not having a 66-yard field goal, because if the play would have gone 2 or 3 yards more on the 4th and 19, it would have been a 62-yard field goal.
I will tell you, Stoney, seeing the play develop there in person where you can see everything, you're not just watching on TV, they were containing. They basically had a line with the secondary that they did not want anybody to get past.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They didn't want anybody. They were making sure nobody got deeper than a certain point. And they thought they had it at the range that somebody couldn't make a kick. And then he did something that nobody's ever done in NFL history.
Yeah.
And we're not talking about any of this other crap if that doesn't happen.
Right onto West Jefferson Avenue.
But I don't think this happens if they rush 4 or they don't call
with that.
Yeah.
I do think they went way too passive.
Yep. And I think they went way too passive offensively.
They didn't want to get a penalty to extend the play or extend a game. They played it too safe, and even though they played the odds, it ended up biting them in the butt.
Yeah, because we've seen that before too. The Aaron Rodgers game, it was a horrible call. Was it Devin Taylor got a weak face mask call? Then Rodgers had another shot, and we know what happened. He converted that other shot.
Yeah.
Let's say good morning to John in St. Clair Shores.
Hey guys, great show. Love listening to you.
Thank you.
One thing I don't know if anybody's mentioned is they essentially played that 4th and 19 with 10 guys because they rushed the 3. They had 7 in the backfield, defensive backs, and they had a spy who was doing absolutely nothing. So he wasn't rushing. He wasn't defending in the backfield. If you put him back or you rush him, they're not going to be. Lamar's not going to run the ball. He's not going to run on 4th and 19. If he does, they'll be able to get him before he gets there. So they played that last down pretty much short-handed.
John, you would think that they would get there. Any other quarterback, they'd probably get there.
But the spy was on Lamar.
Yeah, the spy is on Lamar. And Lamar Jackson, could he have gotten the 19 yards? Could he have picked up the 36 himself? Absolutely. That's the threat and the danger, and that's why you have a spy on him.
Mm-hmm. He played pretty damn well. He had the one bad interception, but he had,
I thought he was very good throwing the ball yesterday. Much better than I've seen.
They dropped, Brown dropped 3 of them.
Hollywood Brown, the touchdown.
I think
that was a great pass.
I know.
Turn right onto Elm Street. Then turn right onto Byron Street.
How about their first touchdown was a 3rd and 18 too, and somehow he got wide freaking open.
I just don't, I think the biggest criticism in hindsight is that they called the timeout. And even Lamar Jackson said it let us catch our breath.
Right.
And I will say that the stadium wasn't quite as loud for that 4th down play as it would have been.
Then turn right
had
onto
they
Maple
just
Street.
continued play. They had him on the ropes and they let him take a breath.
All right, 248-539-9797.
Hey, there's only one game left, and it's a big one. That's tonight, Philly and Dallas, a big NFC East showdown, and FanDuel Sportsbook is about to make it even bigger because FanDuel is giving new customers 30-1 odds on either team to win. That means you can end up that NFL week right by winning $150 on a simple $5 bet. FanDuel Sportsbook is America's #1 rated sportsbook app. It's easy to use, it's safe and secure, and you're going to get fast payouts like you're going to get paid in as little as 24 hours. FanDuel is sports betting made simple, and they're always hooking you up with great offers just like this one. See for yourself why FanDuel is America's #1 sportsbook. Just sign up with promo code Jansen. This week, before Dallas takes on Philly, you could win $150 on a $5 bet. Remember to use promo code Jansen so they know I sent you. Exclusively
at the next
on
stop
the FanDuel
sign,
Sportsbook
turn
app.
right.
FanDuel Sportsbook is the official partner of 97.1. The ticket must be 21 or over and present in Michigan. New users only. $10 first deposit required. Must wager in designated offer market. Max bonus of $150. Restrictions apply. See full terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com.
Turn right onto Richter
Call
Street. Then turn right onto Elm Street.
97.1 The Ticket. Traffic.
From
the WWJ AM 950 Traffic Center. This report brought to you by Michigan Department of Health and Human Services. Taking a look at the drive once again, accident-free out there, and drivers are mainly near posted speeds on the area freeways, with the exception of 275 northbound, a little heavy through the work zone from Ford Road to M1496. Same thing goes for southbound 75 from 14 to 12 Mile. Protect yourself from the COVID variants by getting fully vaccinated. Discover the facts at michigan.gov/COVID vaccine. I'm Michelle Pena with traffic.
Necessary Roughness with former NFL lineman TJ Lang and John Jensen. Download it today on the Odyssey app.
Oh, gotta love internet and wireless that doesn't miss a beat.
That's cool. But my internet streams from the basement all the way to the roof.
Mine's so
The destination is on your right.